This LT is Lawrence Taylor, clearly the GOAT. But this LT's MVP season was more electrifying. Proving a bold claim like that is like harnessing lightning. Stats define the NFL. In the 86 and 06 seasons, our MVPs left behind some jolting numbers. Yet, the challenge remained to compare them. They played in two different eras of football and on different sides of the ball. And to top it off, while marveling at their brilliance on tape, well, it was hard to put a stat on that. Sadly, finding it almost impossible to quantify one MVP season over the other with a single stat metric, this idea of who would you rather, this LT or that LT, was in overload mode. But amid the static and statistical chaos of identifying one single stat, clarity struck like lightning, and it came down to one undeniable stat metric. But before I take you higher, I wanna rock down to Electric Avenue, and I'm gonna show you some highlight reels from their MVP seasons. The greatest defensive player of all time, Lawrence Taylor, dominated in 1986. LT and the Giants finished with a 14-2 record, torched through the playoffs, including a pick six against Montana and the Niners. On his way to securing a Super Bowl 21 victory over John Elway's Broncos, Taylor became only the second defensive player ever to win MVP. Yet 2 decades later, he was surpassed. Ladainian Tomlinson's versatility, speed, power, and being a two-way back with a knack to find pay dirt. The Chargers also finished with a 14-2 record, but were eliminated by Tom Brady and the Patriots as San Diego had 4 turnovers in the divisional round. LT finished that day with 123 yards rushing, 64 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. Tomlinson won the 06 award and is only the 3rd running back in the last 20 years to be crowned MVP. Both LTs were plugs for their teams, giving us a dazzling highlight reel. So, which LT would you rather have? This LT or that LT? Let me know in the comment section below which LT's MVP season would you prefer. Now, why did I pick Tomlinson? A linebacker and a running back, not a quarterback. Because let's be honest, a quarterback runs away with this MVP pretty much every season. Lawrence Taylor's 1986 MVP voting percentage stood at a shocking 48%. Look at the defenders who have gotten close. Taylor's MVP voting percentage is double of any other defender, and no defensive player has ever had over 30% of the MVP vote. This was a season of all seasons for Lawrence Taylor. This is why my claim of why Tomlinson had a better MVP season is hard to stand by. However, my electric stat comes down to Tomlinson's MVP voting, as it stood at 88%. There have only been 2 running backs in MVP voting history who have ever posted higher than 80%. And since 1960, there has only been 10 quarterbacks to post a higher voting percentage than Tomlinson's 88. So in this day and age of the passing and mobile quarterback making the NFL a prolific passing attack, Ladainian Tomlinson was able to come up with an MVP voting percentage that only quarterbacks can attain. We may never see a running back ever post a higher MVP voting percentage than Tomlinson. Both LT's MVP seasons were so electrifying that neither Lawrence Taylor or Ladainian Tomlinson ever returned or got a nomination to the MVP board ever again.
Those moves to get the guys out of position.
It is in effect a change of possession, one way to the other. And Tomlinson is going to make them really pay for it. Ladainian Tomlinson will get a block from Jackson and will go all the way for the touchdown. 85 yards. It is the longest run of his career. It is the 31st touchdown of the season. It sets a new NFL record for rushing touchdowns.